Introduction, A Dreaming Woman's Story. When I was a toddler, we moved to a house with a garden. I loved the garden, especially the strawberries, which I ate voraciously. I had many long talks with the strawberry spirits. I noticed that no one else ever talked to the spirits, so I never mentioned them to my family. The spirits' greeting and goodbye to me was always, "Remember to remember." I trusted the strawberry spirits, and I told them everything. I tried hard to remember what they wanted me to remember. One day, the neighbor's pet monkey got loose. Like me, the monkey also loved my strawberry patch, but unlike me, he did not have respect for the patch. He destroyed the strawberries. When I went out to assess the damage, the plants were shredded and the spirits were gone. I never returned to the patch. I felt betrayed and questioned whether the strawberry spirits had ever existed. They seemed so real, and their words had seemed like truth. The admonition, "Remember to remember," had been so important, but now they were gone, and except in dreams, I never saw them again. I became obsessed with the idea that there was something I needed to remember, but I couldn't remember what. Maybe if I remembered, the strawberry spirits would come back. Later in life, I learned that my sister Nancy had a secret relationship with the rock people in the backyard when she was a little girl. It was astonishing to know that both of us had these childhood diva friends, yet both of us were afraid to talk about them. If I had shared my strawberry spirits with my sister, I might not have experienced their disappearance as betrayal. Dream teachers. As I grew older, I discovered that the nature spirits did not really leave me. They followed me in many forms through my dreams. When I began to pay close attention to my dreams, I noticed that recurring spirits of all kinds appeared to me with teachings. I began having dreams of a grandfather. He was old, wore a red headband, and had a great sense of humor. He was thin, short, and wiry. He taught me how to run in the desert at night without tripping, how to chase rabbits and catch them, and how to move up and down mountains without falling. Also, I met a nature spirit teacher, the delightful and ever-faithful prairie dancer. I'd gone to Montana one June to work with a Native American medicine woman. One day, as I took a walk, I heard a very strange sound coming from a hole in the ground. I stopped to listen. Prairie dancer. A loud scream came from a hole in the ground. I knelt down. I put my face to the hole and peered in. I heard a louder, more piercing scream. Suddenly, a nature spirit jumped out of the hole. The spirit said she had screamed to test me, to see if I could hear her. She told me she was shocked I could see her. She hadn't been seen in 150 years. She was brown-green, with elk hips and legs and hoofs. She told me her name was Prairie Dancer. Prairie Dancer became my friend. She told me that the strawberry spirits of my childhood were probably terrorized by the monkey and just hiding. If I'd gone back a few days later, the spirits would have been there. Prairie Dancer told me that if I went home and planted a prairie in my yard, she would come and live with me. I planted, and she came. She's still visible in my front yard, especially during the magic hour around twilight. Dreaming myself awake. I knew that dream teachers held the keys to my life. But at that time, I still had respect for the unwritten social rules. A woman must not shine too brightly, must not be too bright, and must not ask any questions not easily answered by a man. Social rules also taught me that a woman must always question her sanity. Somehow I knew that dreaming was a woman's realm, but I seriously wondered whether anyone else on the planet knew. I spoke rarely about my dreams. However, I learned from them. When I was 36 years old, I was living an enviable life. I had a successful career as an associate director in television. I had a great husband and a beautiful family, and life was good. Then, suddenly, I got sick. I encountered a virus that rendered me incapable of working. While the illness was primarily physical, it affected my mind most profoundly. I lost big pieces of my memory. I lost the ability to sort information. I lost the mind that had served me so well in my early adult life. For 18 months, I did little else but sleep. Therefore, I did little else but dream. During that powerful dreaming time, the inner teachers changed somewhat. They became very pedantic. They taught me specific things to do with dreaming, and they gave me specific techniques and pieces of information. For 18 months, I was in dream school, and during that time, I dreamed myself awake. Through my dream teachers, I learned what I was to remember. I now understand that truth presents itself in dreaming and later exposes itself in form. The dreamer must simply learn to read the signs and track the energy. The spirituality I experienced in waking life during childhood had carried through to my adulthood in dreams. I learned through these dreams that truth is not a noun, but a dimension. A dreaming dimension. In the dimension of truth, one is in direct relationship with energy, without the restraints of personal will or social laws. The need for things to make sense no longer exists. Truth is boundless. The opposite of truth is not lie, but rather a sense of separation, the sense I had when I lost the strawberry spirits. Truth does not exist in the realm of language. Real truth exists in one's ability to move into its dimension. This book will help you, the dreamer, do just that.